Grand Rising family, Grand Rising. Black Phoenix checking in. This rising, I want to talk to you briefly, family, about three types of sexual harassment. Now, honestly, being I have been worked on many job sites, I've been in many, been passed through many offices and corporate offices. And I understand, like, you watch the videos, they tell you about the safety, they tell you about harassment, they tell you about company policy. Every company I have ever been on got a policy with sexual harassment. Every company, including the one I'm with now. Every company do. And it's important because I really understand. No one wants to go to a job where they feel uncomfortable or they feel like someone is violating them or trying to violate them after they have said no several times just to try to keep the peace down. And the three types, fam, are visual. One is visual. When a sexual harassment, by the way you look at someone all the time, making them feel uncomfortable. You ain't got to say nothing, just the way you look at them all the time. And then it's things that you say verbally, how you talk to them. You say certain things to make them feel a certain way. And then you got the physical, where you literally touching them or hey, come here, whatever, the physical aggressiveness of their sexual harassment. But I want to talk to you this rising about something that I think that isn't spoke on as much as women getting sexual harassed, but there are men, family, that are get sexual harassed just like a woman. Men who literally just say no, who don't try to, sleep with everybody on the work site or at the company, just try to befriend everybody and try to, have a nice, peaceful workspace. But that, you know, bringing certain relationships like that into a job site, family, can be toxic. It can be very toxic. It can be, it can be drama. So the best thing to do is not bring those type of relationships into the job site because it's going to be drama. 9 times out of 10, people expect you to treat them different because y'all seeing one another if y'all not married. Now, if you a couple, y'all moved into a job and y'all been married forever, that's a different situation than someone that's, y'all mingling around on the job. And family, I'm gonna be honest with you, fam. I really feel like as a man, as a black man, this Black History Month, a lot of our rights, fam, is just, people overlook them. People look at us like we supposed to be, I don't know, man, we supposed to be Superman. We're not supposed to be affected by anything. We're not supposed to go anything. We're not supposed to react to things. We're just supposed to take it and take it and take it. And then once we react to something, then we're wrong. We're mean. We're angry. We're out of control. We're ghetto. Thug. Because you expressed something after you kept saying, "I'm good. I'm good. I'm good." And fam, I gotta say, fam, I have been put in a lot of situations. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have been put in a lot of situations, but never felt like I was put in a sexual harassment type of situation, you know, until, last year. Last year I went through some things and it really made me feel uncomfortable. And I did my best, fam. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I did everything in my might to diffuse the situation. Like, hey, I'm good. I'm good. And family, it let me know something last year by me going through this situation, that you can trust people. Like, literally go to people that's higher than you. That's you supposed to trust. You supposed to, to diffuse the situation. And family, you can go to these people that's supposed to be, over you, or people you trust, and that ain't what happens all the time. Sometimes the people that's supposed to diffuse the situation would throw some wood on the fire, making it a worse situation than it was from when you introduced it to them. And last year, fam, I just experienced something as a man. Man, I tell you what, with me going through what I'm going through, trying to, see my son and, going to counseling from the years I spent in prison, family, just trying to deal with that, cope with that, with uh, going through a recent divorce, you know what I mean, last year too. So I had a lot on my plate, fam. Like, still do, but things are getting up better now, you know what I'm saying? But I was going through a lot, and I was like, man, at this time in my life, I knew, fam, that I didn't need no drama. I knew I ain't need. I was already. I was filled. I ain't had no room for it. You know what I mean? So, I was just trying to stay sane, do the job, help people while I work on my personal issues, fam. And fam, sometimes you can do that, and a person still would take advantage of you, fam. Growing up as a male child, when you young, when you real young, and a woman take advantage of you when you young, as a male, you don't fully understand how it's messing with your psyche. You don't fully understand it until you get older, and then you start realizing how you attracted to older women, how you only like a certain kind of woman, or certain things attract you about a woman. You know what I'm saying? And it started reflecting through some bad experiences that you had in your childhood that you didn't understand traumatize you. You know what I mean? You didn't understand how it affected you until after you started growing up. And then later you get on situations, like I say, you get on job sites, you get on different situations where you might have a trigger. Something might happen, or a person might remind you of something that happened in your past, and the only thing you can do, fam, the only thing you can do is to try to avoid it, like run from it, literally. You know what I mean? And I understand now how people can feel when their back is against the wall, when all they're trying to do is survive, like, and someone would literally push their back up against the wall and make them feel uncomfortable, because they're a man, so you should, this is nothing to you. But not knowing what you got going on, not knowing how you just trying to survive right now, you just trying to keep your head above the water, you ain't looking for no drama, you know what I mean? And it'll still come to you, fam. And I can say, last year I experienced some things that let me know that, no one is exempt when it comes to sexual harassment. No one is exempt when it comes to mental health. No one is exempt, fam. We all have issues, and we all have to see someone, if possible, to get us some help when we're going through certain things. But most definitely, no one deserves to be harassed, especially once they said no and just try to keep the peace. Like, didn't want no drama. Didn't want no drama. Just, I'm just trying to keep the peace. And like I say, when you going through a child support situation, when you going through a divorce situation, when you going through mental illness from being locked up over a decade, trying to deal with that, and then you trying to break some family curses that you didn't even realize you had attached to you. You know what I mean? Until you started growing, you like, man, I'm going through all this. The last thing I need is some drama, fam. You know what I mean? So I can say, as a man, I experienced it, and it's not a good thing. Like, it's not healthy. Like, it just, it's not healthy. It messes up the vibe in the work space. It messes up, um, man, it messes with you on a lot of levels. And I don't think no one should go through it, because it really makes you go to places that you don't want to go to. Like, if you experience something and it was a trigger, fam, it takes you to a mental space that I don't think no one should have to experience. Like, so I get it now, you know what I mean? Like, I never have ever harassed anyone. You know what I mean? If I was talking to a person or speaking to them, I'm just speaking to them. If I was flirting with them, then they were flirting with me. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't, what I mean? I ain't never did, I ain't never been that type of person, especially make somebody feel uncomfortable. And, and I can say, being in prison, when I was in prison, I experienced some things too there, that as a man, going to prison, being locked up at 15 and going to prison at 16 years old, family, you see things there that I didn't even know existed. Like, I didn't understand when I went to prison that man really try to rape other men that they thought looked that looked attractive. I just thought, you know, maybe there's some people down there that was gay and they had some boyfriends or whatever, but I didn't know that literally people that didn't look gay, that literally would try to rape someone who they thought that was attractive, if it was some of their homeboys or from the same town. Like, it was ridiculous down there, fam. And going down there, it gave me the mentality, like, literally, you know, I would die before someone take advantage of me. Like, I would literally die. Like, if you gonna do it, it's gonna be to a dead corpse, you know what I mean? So that's how it was in my mentality. So I had to take care, I had to defend myself no matter what. And I did. I ended up catching an attempted murder charge while I was in prison, stabbing somebody over 13 times for, you know, standing up for my manhood. Because, you know, I'm not gonna let nobody do anything to me if I got something to say about it, you know. So when you got to defend yourself, like when literally, like, people literally try to take your manhood, where you literally got to prove every day for a while that you a boy. And nah, I'm a boy. Nah, I ain't going. You know what I mean? It puts a different mentality in your mind, and then you get out here and then you deal with life. You know what I mean? So I get it now, fam. You know, sexual harassment isn't a cool thing for no one. And I have experienced it on several levels. And as a man, as a black man, I can say that, you know, we don't have a lot of outlets. We don't have a lot of people that we can literally talk to, you know. Today, this is my gas station therapy, so, you know, normally I just go live randomly and just talk about some things that's on my mind, because I think, you know, sometimes we just got to vent and just talk about certain things that we're dealing with, because someone else might be dealing with it. You know, I realize that we're not special, literally. You know, a lot of times, whatever we're dealing with, someone else might be facing that same emotion, going through that same experience, you know what I mean? So we might can say something to them that could keep them focused or keep them sane, you know, or help them deal with the situation. So, you know, this rise, and I wanted to talk about the 3 types of sexual harassment, because I think that it's something that we should be aware of in the workforce, you know, just dealing with life. And just respect people, fam. Just respect the person, no, male or female. If someone say no, you good, be good, fam. You know what I mean? There's no need to cause extra drama or attention or unneeded stress, or just, you know, unneeded drama or chaos in a situation where there could be peace, you know. So respect the person. And like I say, we don't know what a person went through in the past. We don't know their triggers. We don't know what they went through. So you really have to walk on eggshells when it comes to that, man. I mean, I don't mess around with that, because like I say, I know dudes and women that have been in some trauma situations, and I respect it, because I understand that, you know, at times when a person goes through certain things, they didn't have the ability to take care of themselves. And then you get the person now, the ability where they can fight back, and you try to bring some drama like that, it probably ain't gonna go well, family. They probably gonna relate back to that, and it probably ain't gonna go well. So, you know, we gotta respect people, family. We gotta respect people's boundaries. We got to honor people's spaces. And like I say, this rising, fam, it was just something that's been on my mind, because it bothers you. You know, we got a whole lot that we deal with anyway. We deal with the stress of trying to just keep from going to jail as a black man, just trying to stay sane, not be the one they thought you was him. You look like him. We got that to deal with. You got the robbers, the ones that look just like you, that don't want you to be here, you know. And then you got some evil women that just, you know, they just want to, you know, it is what it is. They just want to hurt. They just want to, you know, they want to be used by somebody else to bring somebody down. There's a lot of evil people out here, fam, you know. So we got to be safe, fam. Like, it's scandalous out here, you know. And until you out here dealing with, you know, the world, being on the streets, and then being in the corporate America, you know, I'm gonna tell you, I've been on the streets and in the corporate, and I'm gonna say something, man. One thing I can say about the streets, you know, in the streets, people do look out for one another. There's some scandalous stuff to go on, but if you ain't in a certain place, that won't happen to you. But in, you know, in corporate America, you know, things can happen with a pen. Things can happen with a slide of an envelope. You know what I'm saying? And change your life forever. You know, you can be put in a situation where you need cameras. Somebody else needs to see what's going on. You see what I'm saying? Because your word alone is not going to help. You know what I mean? So you got to look out for yourself. So as a male, you know, I would say look out for yourself always. You know, take care of yourself. Make sure you good. If anything happen, it don't fall on you. So, you know, once you feel this and you on a job, make sure you document it. Make sure you keep your, you know, you dot your I's and cross your T's, fam, because you don't want to get put in a situation to jeopardize you and your family or put you under more stress, and you already going through stress. You know what I'm saying? So avoid that situation, fam. My bad. Let me see this message, this rising. You failed your MIG test. It all depends. The settings could be, and then was you going uphill or downhill? Sometimes that can help it. That can, you know, depends on the angle you got in the amperage. So yeah, that can help it. But fam, I just wanted to go live, and like I say, this rise, and I was up getting my coffee literally, and I just, fam, I've just been having a lot on my mind, fam. And I was thinking about that because, you know, certain things just need to be documented. You know, I've never experienced anything like it before, and like I say, it's a trigger, fam. You know, to some things that happened in the past, and I know it's other people that feel that way, but I would just say, just be safe and just know that you got to respect other people's boundaries and wishes, and I remember this one guy. I read this book that said that he was a real ugly person, and that's what he said. He said he was ugly, and he was like, I had to build my confidence up, so I just walked around and just asked every pretty woman I seen as I walked. I think he was in a big city, and he walked and just asked everybody for a date, and he said everybody turned him down, but it built up his confidence, and he wrote a book, fam. Got rich and got a pretty woman and some nice kids now. So sometimes family being told no isn't a bad thing. You know, it can build your confidence so you can find what it is that you do need and what you do, where you do need to place yourself. So don't look at no as a negative, and make you want to do something crazy. It is what it is, man. But just want to say this rising, man. Everybody be blessed. Hope y'all have a great day. It's Tuesday. We back at it. It's a little cold here. I ain't even gonna front. So I'm up getting some coffee, man. So y'all be blessed. Continue to prosper. Be safe.